Hello, this is Crystal here, and I'm going to do your reading soon for December. I'm going to do them in order. I'm going to start with Sagittarius because the beginning of September is still Sagittarius time, and then I'm going to go on, and the last one will be, of course, if I'm correct, it will be Scorpio, yes. So Scorpio, you will have to wait a little bit and have a little bit of patience. I know you can do that, although it's hard, but you can. Now, I have promised that I would be doing a reading for money, and I did promise that in the beginning of November, but just life happened. Couldn't get around to it, was way too busy, had way too many things. Also, I was really tired at a certain point. Have a lot of old dogs, which had to go to the vet and things like that. So everything was messed up. My whole planning out of the window. Now I'm going to add that specific thing to my sneak peek for 2022. I think that will be helpful. So I'm going to do now the December reading, and then I'll be doing the reading for the sneak peek into 2021 randomly. I am still contemplating whether I'm going to do it in parts, so that means small parts like small subjects, or I'm going to do one big reading per sign. I don't know yet. I'll see how that goes. But let's start with the December reading. Now, before we go into the reading, and so that I don't have to do this at the end, there's a competition open. It's open until the 31st of December. You can win a tarot reading with me. All you have to do is put Angel 2022 in the comments. You have to like the video. You have to be a subscriber, of course. You can do that on any social media. So you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. And of course here on YouTube. And you can do it in all the videos that I am posting. I don't care. You can do it on all the signs. You can do it on the daily shorts videos, you know, the daily card videos. Don't care about that. Just in Angel 2022, and you'll be entering the contest. Now, I will be closing the contest on December the 31st, yes, but I will only announce the winner sort of around the 10th of January, I'm saying, because I don't know, I want to have a break around that time, so the announcement will be later, but there will be an announcement, so if you subscribe, if you click that alarm bell, you will know when the videos come out. You will see when your sign is up. You will see when the daily card is up. That's always around 10 a.m. my time. My time is London, Lisbon time. I will live in Portugal, as many of you know. So yes, I am the same time as the UK. And what else did I need to say? Let me think. So subscribe, hit that alarm bell. You know when videos come out, and you will also know when the announcement is up, who is the winner of a free tarot reading. Just Angel 2022 in the comments. That's all you have to do anywhere on my social media. Okay, enough babbling from me, enough with this, and let's get this thing started. Hello Leo, this is your reading for December, and I pulled this card that represents you randomly, and let's look at that first. The Ace of Cups. I feel this is the energy of healing. Look at all the water flowing. I feel there is something in your world that needs to be healed. And why am I saying this? Because I have here the Death card, I have the Nine of Swords card, and I have the Moving On card in the Knight of Swords. That's how I read this in this conjunction or in this setup. I feel that this is the energy of you wanting to heal, wanting to deal with whatever is happening here. And you need to move away from it, because that's what's going to happen. You really need to go on and move away from that bad energy, that energy that sometimes still pulls you down, because we have here the Knight of Swords. The pulling down is really a thought process. It's because you're in your head too much and you're thinking way too much about that thing that has been dragging you down. Now, what could that be? It could be various things, of course. I mean, this is a general reading, so I'm not reading for every Leo out there, but of course, some Leos will have this in the personal sphere, some will have this in the professional sphere, but there is something that makes you stress out, that makes you feel hurt, and you're still thinking about it. I feel this is, connected to the past, and lots of things happen because you have the death and rebirth card here. For me, this means that at a certain point in December, you're going to say enough. Enough of this, enough of, brooding on the past and thinking of the past and being hurt by the past. But I have to say, the past things that you have experienced, whether in the professional atmosphere or in the personal atmosphere, so maybe it was a relationship that ended, maybe you lost someone that was really precious to you, maybe you have been experiences in your job, or, mean people, or you have lost your job and you don't know what to do, or maybe with the whole corona thing, you have sort of lost faith in the world at large, and in a bigger picture thing, and it's really upsetting to you what's happening right now in the whole zeitgeist, really, and that is bringing you down. So it can be really a smaller, well, not a smaller thing. I mean, a relationship breakup is not a smaller thing, but I mean in a smaller scale or in a bigger scale, on a more global scale. So whatever it is, there is worries, there is stress, it's painful, it's hard. But you're moving away from that because you have the Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups. So this Ace of Cups for me is you wanting to heal, and you'll be able to manage to go there. You will be able to heal this whole process, or maybe, because this, of course, is not going to go away completely, that hurt, if there was a relationship that ended. Of course, you're going to carry that with you. If there is a job you lost in a bad way, of course, you're going to carry that with you. But you can choose to let it rule your life, and then you stay into this darkness of this card. Or you can say, listen, I've done enough of that thinking. I've done enough of rehashing that, and it's enough now. It's enough. I'm going to step away from it. And when you do that, when you can make that conscious decision, healing, or partial healing at least, is possible for you, because you're going to do inner work. And I feel this inner work, you're going to do that with someone neutral. This Queen of Swords for me is someone that's going to help you in the process of maybe dealing with the traumatic experience. Maybe it's like a business coach if you have lost your job, to see what else you're going to do and what is really something that really belongs to you. There is a work you're going to do, because I feel there is transformation within you, and you're going to work on that transformation with the help of someone. So maybe this is also a counselor or a psychologist who helps you through deal with the trauma of this broken relationship, or the loss, helping you with grieving, that sort of thing. So there is somebody helping you. I feel this is not your energy. Somebody's really helping you. And that will, because you have taken, you have really taken the initiative to say, okay, I need to deal with these dark thoughts. I need to heal that. So this is sort of the desire you have. You have the desire to work on your healing this past experience. You can transform. It will be hard work, but you can you can transform. You're going to go away from it. Look, this guy is his Knight of Swords is running away, running to his motorbike, will jump on and then can ride off to the horizon. So he's running away and he's leaving his things behind. Now I feel if you do that work, there is many benefits to be reaped. I mean, there will be emotional benefits, there will be spiritual benefits, there will be psychological benefits, even monetary and resources benefits. Also, you will see the world in a different way because you have done the work. Just hold on, I have a snoring dog here. I hope he stops, but I think he'll be snoring again in 5 seconds. So, yeah, there's lots of things working here. But I feel that you are ready to start this process of healing now because of these two aces. You want to move on. You want to move away from this darkness here. You want to run away from the darkness as well. I mean, it's not like you're running away from your own emotions, because that would be a bad thing. I'm also drinking a coffee here because I'm really cold. And I need coffee as well because, it's that time of the day. But you're really running away here from this. It's not like you're running away from your emotions, because, you're dealing with that here in the death and rebirth, that transformation. This is hard work that you're doing with that person. Yes, but I mean, it's really time to just move on and move away from this quicker. In a way, this is also like when you do this work with someone, you will be able to move away from this state of being way more quickly than if you would do it by yourself. Sometimes we need to do that. So there was my coffee anyway. Again, this is a general reading, Leo. So some Leos will resonate completely. Other Leos will say, this is not for me. If it's not for you, leave the things that are not for you behind and take from this reading whatever suits you, whatever is, really resonating with you. Not suits you, that would be a very bad expression, but whatever is resonating with you, you have that free choice. Now, another thing, if you don't resonate at all, go and have a look at the video for your rising sign or your moon sign, because those are really very important personal points in your astrological birth chart, and you can really benefit from watching that. You can also do that in addition to this video. Now, what else do I want to say? I don't want to take away your agency. Also, I'm going to make it easy for you, so I'll put timestamps in. I'll put timestamps in when I draw the extra cards, should you want to go back to the video, and then it's easier to navigate it. So I'll put timestamps in. Anyway, let's see what cards are coming out on that Nine of Swords first. So I'm going to draw 2 cards on each of them. So, Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, yeah. I feel that if you stay in this, you're missing out on this Queen, because this Queen of Pentacles is possible in your future. And the Queen of Pentacles here, for me, it's not the Queen that's holding the money, but it's more the Queen that is really satisfied. The Queen that is self-assured, that has self-worth, that knows who she is. I mean, this is not a gender-based reading, but, knowing who you are, having self-worth, having better self-esteem, that is what is on your path if you do that work. If you don't, then you miss out on that Queen. So I really would urge you to contact somebody who can help you through, the darkest parts of your thoughts, because that's important. That King of Cups for me as well is somebody helping you out here. It has that healing element from the Ace of Cups as well. So it's somebody who helps you deal with that, and because they are here. So in a way, they are more distant, because Queen of Swords is more distant, is more colder, is not completely involved, but it's about your emotions and about healing. So that's why I'm saying a therapist, counselor, a professional that really can help you deal with your darkest thoughts and get you out of, rock bottom. When you say enough, you take control again. The Chariot. You take control again, and then everything moves again. Then you start moving. You start moving away from the darkness, but you start moving towards the rewards as well. And you start moving towards a transformation. So you have the willpower to do so. You can control that yourself. And it's a very good card. It's a very dynamic card, because you're doing the work. You're not just sitting there and, thinking it's going to solve itself just like that. No, you're really digging in. You're digging deep into your emotions, your psyche, your thoughts, and you're doing the hard work by looking at what is still there for you and what is holding you back. What are you really putting yourself as an obstacle from moving on? So it's really that work you do in therapy. I feel it's that, and that can be with any sort of counselor, therapist, coach, whatever. But there is transformation for you, and there is healing, and you want to. This is what you really desire. You want to really get away from that. You want to get out of that, and that's your desire. I feel that the healing part will start really working sort of towards the end of December. And then, of course, this is not a quick solution. It's not a quick thing. That will be going on, and you will have to keep on working on yourself. Let's see what else here. Yeah, the Six of Swords, moving away, again, moving away. But then when you start, when you say enough is enough, I'm going to start working on myself now, and you take that control, of course, you're going to be in a moment of, in between, a limbo world as well, where you are starting to come out of the darkness, but you're not fully into the transformation, because that is impossible. That is hard work. So the transformation is an ongoing thing. I think this death and rebirth card and that Six of Swords, they will last a few months for sure. But don't be despondent by that, or don't be like disillusioned or disappointed, or like, oh my God, it's never going to end. No, don't be like that, because it's going to be able to be resolved. Three of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Again, I feel here that death and rebirth, the transformation, is about healing your hurt, healing whatever happened to you, and that was really painful. So I feel that it's not so much in the professional sphere as it is in the personal sphere. So maybe you lost someone very dear, maybe a friendship has ended, and that really hurts you. It could be that you have left a relationship, or a relationship, the person has left you, and that really sort of felt like backstabbing almost. And you are now, when I said you're doing the transformation, you're learning to deal with those emotions, because some emotions are really dark, and some emotions are really getting you down and keeping you stuck. And when they keep you stuck, they're not going to help you. Sometimes it's better to just go through the fire and walk through that fire, however hot it is, and really face those bad emotions, because then you can work on them and you can move away from them, and you can start to heal. Now, healing when it's very traumatic situations is almost, I feel it's very difficult to heal 100%, but you can go to a 90 or 95% healing, and then there may be still some triggers when there's really a big trauma, but you can heal. I feel you're ready to go on a new path. The Fool, when you do the work, when you do the transformational work here with that person, yes, you will start to see everything in a new light. Look at how light this card is. There is a sun shining on the Fool. It's going on a new journey, starting afresh. You need a new start. So we have two aces, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and now the Fool. So there is a lot of new things, a sort of new beginning for you. And the dog is snoring again. And there's a hair here. Yeah, this happens. Anyway, so if you can do that, if you can see yourself starting afresh, and if you really can do that hard work, you will get a fresh start and a better start. The Sun is a good card. It's a card of happiness, joy. You will get joy again when you start over. And starting over, some people are really afraid and they think their life is really over and nothing is going to happen, but that's not true, because life goes on. However hard it does go on, and you need to do the grieving, you need to do the hard work, but it does go on. And if you do the right work and take the right steps, you will be much happier. I'm not saying that everything's going to just disappear into thin air and it's like you never experienced the bad stuff, but yes, the healing is there, the healing is possible, and it's going to make you so much happier and so much more self-aware, also more self-esteem, more self-worth, that Queen of Pentacles. If you don't do the work, you miss out on that. And you're such a beautiful person, Leo, that really have to believe in yourself. Knight of Cups on this Nine of Pentacles, new values opening up for you, but also new experiences, new people coming into your life, better people coming into your life. Maybe even if you're further along, and I feel this is really if you have done already part of the hard work, because otherwise I would never say to you, just jump into a new relationship. But there is a possibility of somebody new in the relationship sphere to show up. But this can also be just new friends, or even just new experiences, because of course the new start will bring in new experiences. That is always what happens in these sort of things. Now, another Nine of Swords. So we have We have Nine of Swords here, we have a Nine of Swords here. And I feel that, again, this is you trying to move away from the deepest of depression, the deepest of the dark night, the deepest of the negative thoughts. You want to really move away from them. But to move away from them, you can't just, run away from them and never face them. To move on, to be able to move on, to just get on that motorbike and start riding again, start driving it, you need to really face those fears, that stress, the dark thoughts, the negative emotions, the depression, because maybe there is even some depression and that needs to be treated. So yeah, I feel there is somebody that you really needs to help you because you want to move away from that, but if you don't do the hard work, you could stay stuck in depressive thoughts. You don't want that. Now, the Knight of Swords, the King, where am I sometimes? The Knight of Swords, for me, has the capacity to break through this. It's a Knight of Swords, we have a double Knight of Swords, yeah? It's a completely different card. But you're going to move on. It also feels like, look, he's facing this past, yeah? He's facing the past. It also looks like with the hard work that you're doing, you're going to cut out this darkness, this depression, these negative feelings, the darkest ones. Because, of course, you're never going to get rid of negativity because our brain has something that's called negativity bias. And our brain is programmed to automatically go to the most worrisome, the most fearful, the most, the worst part. That's what our brain does because it has that negativity bias. That's how we are programmed from when we still lived in caves and had to protect ourselves against animals. And we had to be really careful because otherwise we wouldn't survive. And still, our brain hasn't really come to the conclusion that not everything is life-threatening. But here you're going to really sort of start cutting that out and cutting the most, or the ones that hurt you the most and keep you the most stuck, that you're going to cut away and going to cut through and see through. There's an Ace of Swords as well. Ace of Swords bring clarity, bring sort of insights, aha moment. So yeah, they work together as well, and you have double, yeah. So you will move away from this. You will be able to start that healing process. And that I'm really glad for that, Leo. I'm going to pull now 3 message cards for you. And I'm also going to put a timestamp so you can go back to the message cards as well. As you know, I always, if you're here in my world already, you know that I pull these randomly. And I'm going to pull one from, this is the Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm going to pull one from the Enchanted Map Oracle. I want this one, okay. And then I'm going to pull one from the Spirit Animal Oracle. So which sort of spirit is helping you or is whispering to you what you have to do? Let's have a look at the cards. So first, okay, the why. So maybe you want to know here the why of that relationship ending or the loss. Why is it happening to me? That sort of question. Now, sometimes the why will bring you answers and sometimes it will not. Sometimes, for example, if the relationship was with somebody who has narcissistic tendency or is very manipulative and you suffered emotional, psychological, maybe even physical abuse, then, why are these people doing that? If you think too much about that, there is no answer to that because those people do what they do because they have sometimes bad childhood themselves and they're repeating the violence of their abuser. But sometimes they just abuse because they abuse. Like a narcissist, a malignant narcissist loves to abuse. They enjoy that. Why do they do that? If you really get stuck in that question, that will sometimes keep you stuck in the darkness as well. So on the other hand, sometimes if you see, certain dynamics working in a bad relationship and see that the why is that they want to control you and have power over you and manipulate you, and you see why they have done what they do because of that need for control, that helps you move on as well. So there's a little bit of two ways to see this. Now, the other card that from the Enchanted Map is the Gentle Gardener. And I feel this is also about that work. Because look at the fairies. There's 3 fairies and there's 2 fairies. There's 3 eggs. 1 egg is already coming out. So I feel like this is the work you're doing. The work you're doing to come out new, to make a fresh start, to renew yourself. And I'm just going to get the little booklet from it to see if there's some other message. It says, be your own person, be a conscious co-creator. That is that Queen of Pentacles here, and the Queen of Cups. So be conscious. It says the Gentle Gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She's the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The Gentle Gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. A wondrous return here, the Fool. Your garden is abundant and with beauty. So yes, you have to tend to that inner world. That's the transformational work. That's that inner work you're going to do to start a healing process. And you have to see that as, a gentle gardener taking care of his garden and his plants in a gentle way. The animal spirit that's with you is the coyote spirit. Trust in divine detours. So yes, when you're doing that healing process, you're going to be, as I said here, you're going to be a little bit in limbo. You're going to get your power back and have the willpower to go, and you have more control over yourself and you learn to deal with your emotions. But you will also see that sometimes you go back a step or two, because that's what happens when you do the inner work, when you do some healing work, and when you're healing trauma or a bad experience, you move forwards, you move on, and you think, okay, I'm better. And then all of a sudden something happens that triggers you, and then you fall back a path or maybe a step or two. It does happen like that because it's not a linear process. Healing and working on yourself and getting yourself unstuck is not a linear process. It will go like this, you go that and then you go back and you go forward again and you go back a little bit like that. I see it happen over and over with people I deal with, because I deal with people who have suffered narcissistic, emotional, psychological abuse in their relationship, mostly with somebody very close, whether that's parents, whether that's sometimes children, whether that's siblings, but mostly, romantic or partners. And it's always hard, and their healing is never, or the healing process when they started, it's never going to go in one straight line. It's always something, they work on themselves, they get a little bit better, they feel a little bit better, and then all of a sudden something is getting them triggered, and they are really sad again or angry, and those emotions need to be worked over and over and over again. That's the way how it goes in healing. But the good thing is that you have somebody by your side, and I love that you have both the Fool and the Sun card. So, and then the Chariot, of course, the Chariot where you take your control back, and it's your control to start over. It's your control to become more happy. And that is also a little bit controlling those thoughts here with the Gentle Gardener. It's like wielding out or how did they say, taking out the herbs, not the herbs. I can't find the word, but you know what I do. It's really getting into your garden and weeding, taking out the weeds in your thoughts, yeah? Those thoughts that really are keeping you stuck. So there's some hard work ahead of you, Leo, but the good thing is you can do it. So this is your reading. If you like my reading, please give me a like, maybe share with other people. If you want to win a tarot reading, go to the intro, the timestamp says, and everything is explained how you can win a reading. It's in there. There's a sneak peek into 2022 coming up. I think I've also said that in the intro. You can go back to that to know everything there is about that. And for now, subscribe, like, share, comment, leave a comment. What else? Yeah, click that alarm bell so that you know when the reading's coming out, because there will be a big reading for a sneak peek into 2022 coming up quite soon after this one. That's it for now, Leo. Speak soon. Don't forget, special discounted readings are available on our website until the 31st of December, so check it out. The link is in the description box.